Hi, it's Keith Allen from CareerSearchToolbox.com. Today I wanted to do a blog post, but I chose to do it in video format just to do something different for myself, as well as maybe make it a little more interesting for somebody to listen to something rather than have to read it. So I tried to tie it into the previous post about where do you start when it comes to a job search, and one of those ways that you can start is through networking. In this case here, you can really kind of toss the old saying, it's not who you know, it's what you know, out the window, because networking is definitely all about who you know. You got to make sure you're talking to the right people, and you're letting folks know that you're in the market and you're available, and you're very eager to find an opportunity to talk to somebody about. Share your skills with people when you can, and really no time is a bad time for networking. It doesn't matter if you're at one of your kids' soccer games or a basketball game or birthday party, or you run into somebody at Starbucks that even in the slightest bit of form, and say, hey, I'd appreciate the opportunity for a minute to ask you if you know anybody that might be looking for a salesperson or administrative assistant or bookkeeper, whatever it might be that your particular vocation would be. Again, the best thing to do is just to let as many people know as you can, and really begin to ask them that if they hear of something, to call you, and you can follow up with who they might know, rather than putting them in the position of being your salesperson, which is obviously a great situation to be in. Ask them just to let you know who they know, and see if they can refer you to somebody. Anybody that you can enlist to help share your cause is really going to help you out. Another thing that people need to do is step away from the computer, in a sense, because as addicted as we are to these devices that we have at our disposal that are effective, very, very effective communication tools, when it comes to networking, it's really all about being able to shake hands with somebody and connect with them one-on-one, so that they know who you are and they see your personality, and really be able to be comfortable with recommending you either to somebody that they know, or recommending you to someone that they think might be looking for someone. Also, make sure you identify what you're really trying to achieve through the networking process. Clearly, in this position here, or this situation, you're looking for a job, but there are other opportunities that can come out through it too, where you maybe can help somebody else out, and in turn something good comes back to you. There's never anything wrong with doing your best to help somebody that you talk to that might say they're in the same situation, and use them as a buddy. Hey, who do you know and who do I know? And when we hear of something, we're going to call each other and help each other out. Another thing to do is to develop a 15 to 30 second elevator type introduction, as if you were in an elevator and somebody asked you what you do. Be able to do that and just discuss it very succinctly, of what your skills and what your abilities are, and what drives you and motivates you. I'll do a future post in that particular one. That's a great subject to be able to do, and it's really very important to continue to practice that and refine it, so that you're comfortable and confident when you talk to people. Another thing that you want to do when you're networking is, rather than making general statements, be very direct with people and ask questions. You're not going to find out any information or get an answer unless you pose something in the form of a question. It's not really, if you know of anybody, let me know. It's more of, who do you know that I can call that might be interested or might have a need? Be very direct with a question that requires an answer, or at least gets them thinking about what it is, rather than generalized statements of, oh, well, if you know somebody, keep me in mind. There's not a lot of meat to that particular type of a statement, and a lot of people are just going to kind of forget about it, to be honest with you. There's, again, a give and take moment in that process. If there's anything that you can do to help me, I'd appreciate that. In turn, what can I do to help you? Find out if people need your help. Maybe there's a way, because you have time on your hands or something like that, that you can do something to benefit them, and show them that you're hoping they'll pay you back in some way, shape, or form. Lastly, really just follow up and deliver. If somebody has told you to give them a little bit of time and then to call them back, be Johnny on the spot and do that. In the same way that if you've told them you'll do something for them, follow through on that, and get them whatever it was you were going to do, and finish that up and tie it up, and make sure that you both are in agreement that you did and followed through with what you told them you were going to do. Lastly, again, communication-wise, there's all kinds of new things that are coming out on the internet: Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, MySpace. All of those are great ways to do that. I just caution you a little bit, if you're currently employed and looking for a job that's going to require you to leave an employer, the risk that you take in being a little bit more public in the exposure aspect is that your employer finds out about it. So just be cautious in that regard, and things will go fine. But the key is find and talk to as many people as you can. So thanks for coming by CareerSearchToolbox.com, and make it a great day.